In this video, we're going to be taking a second look at the Zam Wesell action figure from the Saga line. There's a couple more things I wanted to point out with this action figure that I didn't really go over in the first video. After having it in hand for a little bit longer and thinking back on the one I used to have. Plus, this is a great action figure, and I think it's worthy of having another video. One thing I'll mention is thinking back on the first action figure that I had of this, and then looking at some samples online, I do recall the magnet there having all those shavings, and all the samples I've seen of this action figure online had the same thing. So I guess that's just something about this. It's very odd though. It's not something I normally see with action figures on the magnet. But thinking on it a little bit more, I do recall having that on my previous figure. One thing I did want to mention too on the package, I don't think I showed this, but value pack item not for individual sale. I do recall at this time, I think there were some action figures that were released as 2-packs together. Perhaps that was something that Toys R Us did. I know they did that during the Clone Wars era, especially with ships, and even in the Saga collection they did that. I recall seeing like Moff Gigeroi, for example, mixed in with another action figure. And Legacy Collection did that. One action figure that comes to mind is the Trandoshan from the Cantina. I forget what his name is. I know he's one of the most highly sought after Cantina patrons, though. I do recall seeing him in a 2-pack at the time. And also, one more thing I want to try is to see if I can get this mask on her properly. Did a little more research on it, and there is a way to do it to make it look a little better. I think you pretty much have to have this neck going down to her collar, though. So we'll see if we can do that. It is a little tricky to get, though. Especially with her veil there. I think we're kind of getting it. Really difficult on this side here. See if that will work a little better. It's a little bit better. Still not perfect. might be about the best I can get. But it's not too bad. At least you can get a better look at her. I've been reading a lot of comments from people lately, and it seems like the general consensus is that most people are a big fan of Zam, but they wish she was never a shapeshifter, which I can kind of see that, but I do think that adds a extra layer to her character. She spends most of her time being human, so, or it seems like she spends most of her time being human, so perhaps she's not a big fan of being a Clawdite either. I'm definitely not going to be leaving this mask on. See the difference between the two action figures. I think those were pretty much the main things I wanted to mention one more time about this. Figured it'd be nice to do a follow-up video. And I do think Zam is probably one of the most underrated characters from Attack of Clones. It's a shame we haven't gotten any more stories about her. It'd be interesting to see her origins and what she was doing just before Attack of Clones and the Bounty Hunter game. But I don't think we're going to be seeing much more Zam anymore, unfortunately. Hopefully Hasbro gets around to a Black Series figure for her at some point. I do see her name get tossed around every now and then. Hot Toys version would be nice as well. I think that's one I would definitely get. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this second look at Zam from the Saga line. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support, and check out some links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.